Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, and today we're having a look at a game played on the North American server, and Annie is quite the ridiculous support. Currently the highest win rate support, given an S+ tier here. Highest win rate support, Platinum Plus, which is pretty decent. So we are going to have a look at Ignar. Mr. Was it Dignitas, right? Yes, Mr. Dignitas Ignar, as he will be playing the Annie in the support position with Exhaust, together with a Jinx facing off against a Blitzcrank and an Ophelia. It's actually very difficult looking. And we'll see. We'll see. Lee Sin here in the jungle for the red team, jungling for a Galio and a Malphite top lane, Galio in the mid lane. In the mid lane for the enemy team is the Xin Zhao, which actually works pretty well. Xin Zhao has been picked up as a little bit of an aggro laner in the past time. I'm actually kind of surprised that Addy isn't onto it, but he's been heavily playing the support style picks. Hit me off if you want to watch more Addy. I've kind of put it on ice for now, as those don't seem to do too well. As an Elise in the jungle and a Fiora in the top lane, which is optimal for the Elise, right? Not really necessary to build a lot of pen. Definitely no percentage pen for the time being, even if she gets fed. It's going to be kind of rough. Very good trade here out of Ignar, and we can already talk about the buffs to Annie, and one of those buffs was obviously that she starts out with the stun whenever she dies or spawns into the map. She will get the stun, and that is really good because Annie does have a point-and-click stun now, which makes the initial trade really good and makes her very good for invades, actually. Probably the strongest champion for invades, as obviously her Q is ridiculous to deal with, just like that. She will, during an invade, actually run out of mana. Ooh, Blitzcrank. That was not the best hook. Very good trade here by Ignar. Going for the Q first, then weaving in the auto attack right after, because your auto attack range is longer than your Q range. That's how you play it. You do not go for the auto attack first and then Q, because at that point, enemy can walk out of range again. You go for Q, and then as they walk away, the auto attack. If they walk in, I mean, you know, you either just continue auto attacking or you're screwed, depending on who it is. Very good trades here out of the Jinx. The shield coming out very strong as well, doing bonus damage here to the Aphelios as well. As Ignar will be hooked to take a little bit of damage, but since Aphelios is so much on the back foot, there's not really any kill opportunity anymore. As Jinx is going to do a solid job here poking out the Aphelios as well. Will move in with the rocket launcher, do a little bit of damage as a kill is picked up here by the red team onto the Xin Zhao. That's kind of the downside of the Xin Zhao. You know, he wants to kill, which means, yeah, you know, it's predictable. You can play around it as a junk. You can think about it. Sometimes. Depends on the junk. You know what I mean. We've all had those people. Like, dude, listen. Enemy needs to play a kill lane. Just gank and deny it. No! I must get my Blade of the Rune King first. Before I do anything. Okay, thank you. As Elise will secure is the Scuttlecraft. Oh, beautiful flank by Ignar, and the stun comes out strong. Elise is gonna flash out, and beautiful turnaround. Jinx is going to go down here to the Aphelios. Very beautifully done. And I mean, huge value by Ignar, but that was really rough. As Lee Sin is gonna pick up one kill. Will go for the kill on the Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank gets away. The Aphelios flashing forward and will pick that one up, as well as Galio going down to anyone here as well. And that was pretty aggressive, and it turned out very good here for the blue team in the top lane. Yeah, you know, it's Fiora. There is, yeah, what can I say? You know, it is what it is. Not much going on there. As we are going to jump back into the bot lane here finally. Annie, sitting in base, you have to press W or E, yeah, to get that running. Dude, by the way, I've played Annie like a couple of times now for the mid lane, and every single time I spawn, I press W and get rid of my stun. Because I'm so used to play. I've played a lot of Annie in the past. And I'm so used to just like the first thing you do is press E and W. Especially in base, because, you know, it's like neutral mana. Afterwards, you have to spend a little bit of mana. So I always get rid of the stun, and then I arrive with like 2 stuns charged. And feels bad. Okay, the hook lands. Aphelios has to space out the Annie stun, though. Very strong here. As the shield comes on out. Movement speed granted to the Jinx. As Lee Sin is going to try to find that lethal onto the Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank will be taken down here by the Jinx, who has her lethal tempo stacked. And she is going to heal to take down the Aphelios here as well. That is a double kill for the Jinx. Beautifully done, as Lee Sin will get out of there unscathed. And that was a really, really good fight. Just running down the enemy team, and just was enough. And Annie, very interesting in that way, is obviously not super strong during the level 6, but I found that you think that Annie gets really strong level 6, right? And pre-6, she's not that strong. But honestly, with the new changes, she gets much stronger before 6. And the 6 doesn't feel crazy. Also, by the way, a reason for that, I would say, is also the fact that supports just do not get the AP to scale it with the current build. And you kind of have to discuss whether or not the build, the full support Annie build, is the best. I understand why you take it, right? But then the Annie base damage isn't so good. Like, Annie scaling is so ridiculous and so strong. I think that's like my biggest counter to Annie, is that I would say that you need a better build. You need something to give you damage. But it's hard to say. Obviously, Annie does have that shield, and giving her some movement speed here is really good for initiation, right? If you hit a 6-man ultimate, and that is one of the craziest things about her, is you can just stun 5. Yes, stun 6 people. Stun 5 people. And that works out quite well, right? Oh, Blitzcrank, you cheeky little... Yeah. Okay, Jinx. He's going to play this safe enough, though. As the Aphelios also 2 kills to his name, obviously, during that mid lane fight there. Where the Galio and Lee Sin got some hero vibes out of the fight and tried to go in. This Xin Zhao, right? He's died a couple of times. He still easily solo kills the Galio if he gets to connect. And doesn't have to fear the jungler. So Galio has to step back very far whenever the Lee Sin is spotted. Or the Elise is around, as Xin Zhao is going to find a decent trade here. Not too terrible, as in the bot lane, Blitzcrank will take down the Annie. However, Jinx will pick up a kill onto the Aphelios, deal massive damage here to the Blitzcrank as well. However, that one will get out. But Jinx now left alone with the turret. Very, very juicy for her. And that could be the pivotal thing, right? That is the one that puts the bot lane ahead quite considerably. And he's still level 5. Galio's going to get out of this fight. Lee Sin a little bit out of position, though, with Lee Sin and Fiora in the back as well. We're going to kick and we're going to walk away. Beautiful flash E, but a little bit overextended, as the Galio ultimate will come in here. Hit a double stun, sacrifice himself, or will he? He gets out with a beautiful flash, and Annie's shield is there to save the day. And that was a beautiful play. I must say. That was very good. I like it. Very, very good. I want to know, is this on the Korean server? This is on the Korean server. Yeah, it felt like that. This is not an A, right? No, this is not an A. It is Ignar, apparently on bootcamp. Unless Dig hasn't... No, there's no way. No, I don't know. I'm confused. Annie will get hooked here. As, oh, damn. Yeah, that is a dead Annie for sure. Not too good, but we are playing with the correct build here. We're starting out with Kindle Gem and the boots instead of going for the Fairy Charm, so that's not too bad. Jinx gonna send that ultimate, and let's see if it hits. It hits the Xin Zhao. Unfortunately, will not take down the Fiora. Xin Zhao just taking a little bit of damage. It is what it is. Probably realizes, though, as Aphelios gonna take a little bit of damage. Very well played by the Jinx. Sniffing out the Elise here and feeling like, might get dove here. Now, not the highest chance. It's the flash out of the Annie is going to secure the kill onto the Aphelios. Aphelios is already down as the Blitzcrank will be forced to flash as well. Elise just watching her mid laner get taken down as well, as now she is in a little bit of trouble. This Annie is going to cast her auto attack to bounce the Elise in a way that she doesn't want to. Elise going to flash out. The Galio is not going to reach. And unfortunately, Annie not in range to do anything here. Ignar. Okay, beautiful. Juggling of the tower. At least we didn't die. And honestly, not too bad, as Jinx will collect. Now she has 3 plates of the turret to her name, which is pretty sexy. You know, we do like that. As the Fiora is going to look for a little bit of damage here onto the Lee Sin. Maybe even take him down. But the Warthops comes out and he will get himself to safety as Aphelios has rotated into the mid lane. No more Annie for me. Nano one. Yeah, this is going to be interesting as Xin Zhao obviously doesn't really want to go into the bot lane at this current point in time. Aphelios, Blitzcrank going to rotate back to the bottom lane now. Scalar is going to take a leave. Get some items for himself. Hextech Alternator now in his inventory. As a Blitzcrank looking for the Jinx. Will not find her in this time. The ward is placed and Blitzcrank could have instantly gone for a hook. To just try and flip it. You know, see what happens. What if he picks out the Jinx there, right? And the hook not going to be necessary here anytime soon. As Annie is moving in back into the bot lane. Has her ultimate available, but Elise will attempt to take down the turret here together with her team. The binding will not hit. Jinx positioning herself in a way to execute the Herald. And the Herald will go down without the turret going down. Xin Zhao here ready. The Blitzcrank hook will not land. And now the Galio ultimate is in range. Lee Sin is in the back here. And Annie is charged up and ready to hit a 2-man. So this is the great thing about the build, obviously, right? Any absolute demon if she gets close to you. And so, you know, getting some movement speed on top by this Cyrilda's whatever. I don't know support item names. Can be pretty good. As Jinx gonna do massive damage here to the Aphelios, and the Annie ultimate will absolutely block the Blitzcrank. And that is a kill picked up onto the Blitzcrank as Aphelios will make his way out for now. Jinx ultimate not available, unfortunately, as Aphelios is gonna overstay this. Jinx going for one auto attack. Beautiful juggle here as the Galio ultimate comes through. Just to dive the Aphelios. The wave is about to run out. Galio will pick up the Aphelios. And together with Lee Sin, they should be in a safe enough spot here anyhow. As the Jinx now will be funneled all the gold here. Beautiful job by everyone giving her the solo gold for the turret. And this Jinx is absolutely huge. And a huge Jinx is going to tear up the game. And also very good against something like the Aphelios. Both are hyper carries. Both are kind of immobile. But if Jinx can get to that point where she gets a reset very early, which is very possible if you are fed, then the game becomes very, very difficult to play for Aphelios, as Jinx can just run circles around. The hook on the Annie will land. The exhaust comes out immediately as we are waiting for the Lee Sin to connect. Lee Sin will connect. No stun onto the Blitzcrank though. Blitzcrank's going to self-slow here in a second and will be taken down by the Lee Sin. As the Elise is going to almost pick up a counter kill here. The counter kill comes in as the flash for flash here by the Fiora will pick up a kill onto the Annie. Flash out by Galio. Galio is going to preemptively W, and Jinx is feeling it. She's going to run down the Fiora and will not pick her up. Unfortunately, did flash forward, but will not pick up anything. Beautiful job by the Fiora, and that was really, really clutch, but Jinx failed herself a little bit too much. And now she doesn't have the flash available as a defensive tool. It's gonna miss the cannon minion. Hey, you never saw something. Hey? I never sneezed. Okay. Jinx gonna do massive damage, but... Oh, beautiful job here by the Malphite. Ulting on to the Xin Zhao, saving his AD carry. As Jinx is going to just run circles with that Empower, and the Aphelios will be taken down. Here goes down. And Jinx, 7-1, is going to claim this game for her. Oh, very good job. Very beautiful play here by everyone. And Ignar honestly having quite good impact here. And yeah, as it would seem, the enemy team does surrender. And that is that. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And tell me who you want me to cast next. I will be sure to oblige. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome.